the New York Times did a piece on how law enforcement agencies throughout the country are now using cell phones to spy on us. So a lot of you already know about this, right? But the interesting part about this is that the regulations differ from one county to another. There's no real federal law that bans these law enforcement agencies from using cell phone companies to spy on us. In fact, cell phone companies are actually profiting by having these having law enforcement come to them to get access to cell phone records and things like that. So in a lot of cases, they don't even have to get any type of warrant. There are police agencies that are told, all right, well, if you have time to get a warrant, sure, go ahead and get it. But, you know, if you don't have time to do it, don't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal.
So let me give specific quotes. Here is one from Ogden, Utah Sheriff Department. They say, some companies ask that when we have time to do so, we obtain court approval for the tracking request. Well, are you not merciful? Okay, some companies ask, if we have the time, could you just get a warrant? Okay, I'm surprised, I guess, that they're even bothering to do that at this point. You know, warrants are in our Constitution. You need to get a warrant before you search or seize anything. But apparently the Constitution no longer applies. Here's one from the Iowa City Police Department. Do not mention to the public or the media the use of cell phone technology or equipment used to locate the targeted subjects.
Oh, why not?
Because it is wildly illegal and unconstitutional, but hey, ho-hum, we do it every day. By the way, they also order them to keep it out of their local police reports. So when we do it, hush up about it. And now there's a whole new layer to it. They find out that it's, look, you know, I got to go pay the cell phone company, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. Sometimes they ask me to get a warrant. Come on, how old school, how constitutional, please, right? So now some local police departments have started circumventing that on their own, and they are just building technology so they can simply intercept your phone calls by themselves, use it to track you, and we don't know, perhaps even listen in on the calls without getting a warrant. Because Constitution, who needs it?
To give you a specific town, that's in Gilbert, Arizona. They've acquired their own equipment to do so. So they don't have to pay the surveillance fees. They don't have to go to the phone company. They just do it on their own with absolutely no oversight.
And then in California, they've developed clone phones, the police departments have, and they use them to download text messages even while your phone is turned off. And that scares the bejesus out of me, man. Like, they're tracking you, they can track you when the phone is even off. Or at least in this case, download. And I've heard in other instances where they can track you even if the phone is off. So there's no way of getting out of it. And then, so the New York Times frames this as, well, it's a very complex case. You know, do you have to get a warrant? Do you not have to get a warrant? It's so confusing. Now, it says the complexities of cell phone tracking and, you know, what's legal and illegal. Well, let me read you the Fourth Amendment and see if we can find out how complex this issue is. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall issue but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the place to be searched and the persons or things to be seized. That's in our United States Constitution. There's nothing complicated about it. It is crystal clear. You need to get a warrant from a court describing what you would like to search and give me your probable cause as to why you would like to search it or track it or seize it or clone it or do any of the things that you're doing. There's nothing more clear in the Constitution, except now, apparently our Constitution no longer applies, and we just go about our business. Well, what can you do? Obviously, there's warrantless wiretapping, warrantless searching, warrantless tracking, and it started with the FBI. And the government said, oh, we have to let the FBI do it because they're tracking terrorists. Now, it's no longer terrorists, it's every case, any conceivable case, and it's no longer terrorists, and it's no longer just the FBI, it's all the local police as well. So there you have it. That's how we destroy our Constitution right in front of our eyes.